Hey, welcome to a very special KocoSports Wrestle Kingdom 10 preview. I have the honor, thanks to Santa Claus, but man, got some tickets to go to Wrestle Kingdom, so really excited. I'm going to be Tokyo Dome 2 days in a row, so this is the only time I can do the podcast. I'm also going to be at the race bowl. Go Impulse. Man, my Gators. That was rough, bro. That was rough. I stayed up till like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know why I couldn't turn off the television. I couldn't even Facebook or tweet. I haven't got an ass whooping like that since the 6th grade. Wow. I still love my Gators. Hopefully the Impulse have a better day tomorrow in the Rice Bowl. I won't be able to handle it. But Wrestle Kingdom 10, so excited. Probably the biggest event of the year. And it's very interesting because in my opinion, I think this Wrestle Kingdom 10 is, for the first time in New Japan history, they care about Western culture. I really believe that. I've talked to the people on staff. I talk to fans all the time. I live in Japan, and the main event is for the Western culture. It's not for Japan. Hopefully, I am a huge Okada fan. If he loses, I'm gonna just stop paying attention to the storylines. That's it. I can't stop watching New Japan. I can't go that far, but I will stop paying attention to the storylines because there's no point. As always, not as always. I always use the same thing. As always, joined every year for our Wrestle Kingdom preview. I don't think you were here last year. No. As of always, starting now, Rassslin Rantin. Rassslin Rantin, tell them about the video you made. You made a great video about New Japan Pro Wrestling. Plug that bad boy away.
Well, yes, I did. Yes, this is Rassslin Rantin. You can find us on the YouTubes. Just Google Rassslin Rantin with 3 S's. We right now, this week, put up what I call a Wrestle Kingdom 10 primer. It's basically a more politically correct way of introducing people who might not watch New Japan or ever watch New Japan or just have an interest in it as to kind of what to expect. So I go through some of the rules, the differences in rules, how New Japan is more sports entertainment as opposed to WWE, which is more sports entertainment. So, and the 4 guys you should probably look at is basically for somebody who's just going to be watching Wrestle Kingdom for the first time or watching New Japan for the first time. The major stuff that you need to know, by all means, is not an in-depth analysis of New Japan Pro Wrestling, but if you're just going to start watching this week, that'll probably get you up to speed so you'll know what's going on.
And it's a perfect time to start watching because, A, they've told this story a million times. Don't listen to that one guy who reads Wikipedia way too much. Matter of fact, new rule. If anyone says best of 3, this is a great story, it's best of 3, just slowly walk away from them. They live in a delusional world. Be like, yeah, best of 3, great story. Of course. Just slowly back away. But if you are, this is one of the perfect ones. Hey, they have Wrestle Kingdom for less than $8 or around $8 American. It's 9.99 yen. Also, it's going to be an English commentary. I know a lot of fans like that. Some fans are really into that. I think I have a double-edged sword on this one. I think I can watch pro wrestling in any language. I've traveled around the world, watched it in multiple languages, and same thing with boxing and mixed martial arts. They tell a story in a ring. It's a fight. You get it. It's the easiest story to tell. Well, I just thought of WWE when I said that. It's usually the easiest story to tell. But a lot of people, they need English commentary, and they will have English commentary. So there's a part of it that's like, oh, you can watch it in any language. But then there's also a part of me like, you're New Japan. You're the 2nd largest company in the world. You're dominating Japan. You should have more English events. And this is one of them. So hopefully, it's worth their whiles because with access, the English commentary, New Japan world, this is the first time in a really long time that they cared about fans outside of Japan. I always thought it was cool to have foreign fans, but they didn't market to foreign fans. They didn't, so this is the first time that they're concerned about it, and hopefully it pays off. And hopefully if enough people buy Wrestle Kingdom, that they'll have English commentary on more and more events because I think there should be a New Japan English commentary team I really do. I think it should be full-time. I think they're that big now. But a lot of times through history, a lot of people don't know this, New Japan wasn't always on top. They just, they were on top, dipped down, pro res hurt, and now they're climbing back up. A lot of fans say this is the golden age, and it's not. So it's not the golden age. They used to be on free television like a real sport. You used to be able to turn on wrestling on free television all the time. The arena's always sold out. So it's I guess a silver age or a returning age, but I think they're a little scared as a company because they don't want to lose the #1 spot in Japan. But I think they have such a giant lead in Japan. No offense to Noah or Dragon Gate, but I think they have such a giant lead that they can expand and worry about that. Even if it's just hiring 2 schmucks to talk English commentary. Right now they have, I believe, Matt Striker and Kevin Kelly. Is that who they have?
I know Matt Striker. I don't know if it's Kevin Kelly or not.
All right, yeah. So they have an English commentary team, so it should be very interesting. I thought Wrestle Kingdom 9 was event of the year, even though I left fucking crying. I better not leave crying again. Rassslin Rantin doesn't have that much time, so unlike KocoSports fashion, we're gonna it's all about Rassslin Rantin. We're gonna start with the main event and work our way down because Rassslin Rantin has priorities, a social life, stuff he needs to do. Oh, you're so fucking cool. Can't you tell all your lady friends, like, listen, I don't know, this is how I picture you, like, listen, women, like, because there's more than one. You're like, I got to break down Wrestle Kingdom, then we can have the orgies. Until then, you just pump your brakes.
It's Friday night here, man. It's the January 1st, Friday night. You got to go out.
The best part is that's the difference of our lifestyle. I have 3 kids, 3 kids, a wife, and I'm like, it's Friday night. What? What's a Friday night? What makes it so special? All right. Let's break this down as best we can. Unlike our regular reviews, we're going to go backwards. You got Okada versus Tanahashi, which someone figured out the feud is actually tied. It's just not best of 3. Man, I wish I could hit people with my car that say it's a great storyline, best of 3. That's how much it angers me. I'm a huge Okada fan. I think Okada should have won Wrestle Kingdom 9. I have friends and family. My wife refused to go to Wrestle Kingdom 10. Japan backed out last second. A lot of people in Japan were upset about this. Now you still have girls who go collect Tanahashi's sweat, but his popularity is dropping amongst pro wrestling fans, not pro wrestling girls. So he's the perfect example of if John Cena could wrestle. Like, I want to hate Tanahashi, but he's so good at wrestling. But I hope Okada wins. I've said this. I'm going to beat this dead horse after Wrestle Kingdom 10. I hope I don't have to beat this dead horse again. I said it in front of the Tokyo Dome right after Wrestle Kingdom 9. I'm going to say it right before I head to the Tokyo Dome. Okada should have won the title last year. There's no doubt in my mind. No doubt. And not only that, but even in the video, I said Nakamura and AJ Styles should be the main event. They're not the main event. They're a semi-main event, but I thought it was their year. If you go there, look at the audience, actually go to pro wrestling bars, actually talk to Japanese pro wrestling fans. Like, I talked to one of the biggest fans ever, Tsukasa, great guy. Hopefully I can talk him into coming on a podcast one day. Huge fan. There was a lot about it. And I was like, oh, are you excited about Okada Tanahashi? And he's like one of those most positive people you could possibly meet. And he's like, no, it's got a nice undercard. And I'm like, if he's the most positive person in the world and that's what he said, oh, it hurts. It hurts. Okada wins or I cry. I fucking cry. It's just Tanahashi, you're one of the greatest wrestlers, but your time has passed. You know what I mean? You should have never won 9. If I had a time machine, would I go back in time and kill Hitler? No, I got shit to do. I'm a lot greedier than that. Would I go back in time and tell myself not to leap out of the helicopter at that moment? Probably not. You know, it's nice being ugly. Third, would I go back and say, hey, don't move in with your mother-in-law because it's going to be a nightmare no matter how much you make your wife happy? Okay, maybe I'd use it on that. But as soon as I was done that, I would go right to Wrestle Kingdom 9 and stop Tanahashi beating Okada. I just feel storyline-wise, match-line-wise, this is a waste of time. And, like, if Tanahashi wins, I'm like, all right, storylines mean nothing. If Okada wins, it'll be like, yeah, this should have happened last year. Western culture, you better fucking buy this goddamn pay-per-view. Because us in Japan, we have to watch Okada and Tanahashi again. You better buy the pay-per-view. Okada better win or I cry. Rassslin Rantin, who do you got, Okada or Okada?
White Randy Orton or White Randy Orton? God. Yeah.
Why do you hurt me? I hear that, dude. Not only that, but I don't know if it was you who first said it or LK who first said it. Someone said he's the White Randy Orton, and that is spread. Like I've seen it on Reddit. I've seen it like on Twitter. No, he's not the White Randy Orton. Why do you Americans love to hurt me? All right, go on.
Because it's fun. Yeah, I'd have to say that. Why would you repeat the finish from the prior year? So we don't want Okada crying again this year. We don't want Dave. We can just put side by sides of you and Okada crying.
Oh, well.
Over and lose.
You'll hear. I will fucking break down and cry.
Yeah, I doubt it. It doesn't
break down and cry.
Sense. It would make no sense at all for Okada. It would be the it 9 and they wrestled at 7. So Tanahashi won both of those. So why have him lose again? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Because it's a perfect storyline. Best of 3. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Well, get out of Wikipedia. Go to a pro wrestling bar.
It's not a storyline. It's not a storyline, though. It's not a storyline. It's just like, well, we put these guys in there. If you're going towards the future and you got some new things that you want to do, you're going to go with Okada. He's a younger guy. Was he like 11 years younger than Tanahashi? Tanahashi's our age.
Yeah.
He's getting up there.
One thing that does scare me, I just want to throw in a little fact here. Tanahashi and, I forget the other guy, but they've been dancing with Draymond. And Draymond is really popular, so that scared me. Like, first off, it's the most adorable thing ever. Tanahashi and, who the hell was it? There's another pro wrestler. It's like one of the hardcore wrestlers. I apologize. I think it's Maccabee. But Maccabee, don't quote me on it being Maccabee, and I'm pretty sure it's Maccabee. Maccabee and Tanahashi dress up as caveman and dance with kids in Draymond. It's the cutest thing in the world, and the first thing I thought of was, oh my God, they're going to John Cena this. He danced with Draymond. He fucking danced with Draymond. And who doesn't? If you don't know who Draymond is, he's a blue cat with no ears, and he pulls stuff. He's a robot cat from the future. This is true. Like, when you actually say what Draymond is out loud, it sounds ridiculous. He's a blue robot cat from the future who mice ate his ears, so he has no ears. And his job is to help a boy become a better man in the future. And he has, like, a little pocket, like a little kangaroo pouch, and anytime he pulls something out, he can pull out anything. He's just like, oh, here you go, and Okada win. And you're like, thank you, Draymond. But lately, Tanahashi and I believe Maccabee, don't quote me, have been dressing up as caveman and dancing, and I just had flashbacks of John Cena. Everyone's going to say it's for the kids, and I'm going to fucking break down and cry. The disease that is John Cena can't even leave me alone. At least Tanahashi can wrestle. That's what I'm just going to give you a preview if Tanahashi wins. At least he can wrestle. At least he can wrestle. At least he can wrestle. That's going to be me. That's going to be my post show. All right. I'm afraid this is going to be a Florida Gators ass whooping all over again. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You are saying how Okada's definitely going to win?
You have to. I can't. Why would you do that? Why would you not have him win at this point? It just doesn't make any sense. Tanahashi doesn't need that belt. Tanahashi, even they had the highlights of all the previous Wrestle Kingdoms, and it's like a Tanahashi highlight show. I mean, you don't really need to have him winning again in this match. I mean, again, he's not. I said that he's the New Japan version of John Cena, which is true to an extent, but he is getting up there in age. Okada was 28 now. Just time to pull the trigger on it, man. Time to go in a new direction. Ride the momentum that you're going to have. from us Westerners getting into New Japan again, or for the first time for some people. I think last year with, I mean, even though Jeff Jarrett and Global Force isn't really sponsoring it this year in North America like they did last year, I think it did help. They made money back off of them broadcasting it here in the States last year. So I think they just need to move forward with it. But the one thing I kind of disagree with you on is that I think what Flair used to say about Crockett is that if Crockett had stayed in his territory and focused on it instead of trying to compete with Vince's shit, that WCW probably be around today. And I think the same thing's for New Japan. I think I like it, the fact that they're not trying to be a global wrestling company. They're trying to be New Japan and focus on New Japan.
They're just playing it really safe. I think like if you ask them, they would want to be a global, but I don't think they're willing to risk their Japan market to be global. Yeah,
don't go out and have a show in London and draw 500 people for Dominion next year. Just because you want to go to. That's what Crockett used to do. Just because you want to go to another territory, stay with what you do, and then if you get the pull, and you get people wanting you to come there, then yeah, go. But I like the way they do their business right now, and it's working for them. They're up in money. What they make twice as much now than they did back in 2012 before the new owners came, and so they're doing something.
Yeah, well, New Japan has had some bad owners, but nothing like All Japan. All Japan has I used to love All Japan. All Japan owners make Dixie Carter look like a genius. Yeah. There's been some really bad All Japan owners. Next, you got a dream match. According to the promo, first time they've ever wrestled. I'm going to take the promo's word for it because I don't remember them wrestling. Being there live at the events. These are the two most popular guys. AJ Styles is the most popular heel. Nakamura is the most popular, period. If life was fair and you went off merchandise, you went off in-ring talent, this would be the real main event. I thought for sure it was going to be the main event at Wrestle Kingdom 10. It's the semi-main event because to steal a line from Naito, they just give Tanahashi everything. Like, my favorite line of the year was, if I beat Tanahashi, I'd have to wrestle him 98 more times because New Japan gives him whatever the fuck he wants. Oh, I love you, Naito. Nakamura. I love how, in Japan, they stay in storyline, kayfabe, but sometimes they just crush it out of the park. Like, Tanahashi gave a quote this week. He's going to make Okada cry again. And I was like, Tanahashi, why? You're such a great person. I love Tanahashi, but I fucking hate him so bad. I love him and hate him so bad. He's such a great person. You got AJ Styles versus Nakamura. The big question mark here is AJ Styles back. I think this is a dream match. Hopefully, he's taking time off. Hopefully, it's healed up. Hopefully, he can put on a great show. Nakamura, just beyond popular here. I work with a bunch of buy charities. Dun, 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 buy my pink shirt. And I work with a bunch of charities, and the kids love chaos. I remember going in every day, breaking down the G1 brackets, and Nakamura was the most over, then Okada. Tanahashi wins. I'm like, hey, what about the G1? And none of those kids, it was gone. It was not cool anymore. Nakamura is cool worldwide. He's absolutely amazing. Rumors of him of WWE wanting him. So it should be interesting. I just hope it lives up to the hype. But I don't know if it can live up to the hype. I think Nakamura wins this, but I don't know because according to a lot of blogs, I apologize, there ain't a better source, but according to a lot of blogs, their contracts are coming up, both of them. Yeah. So I don't know. It'd be interesting. I love both these athletes with all my heart, and it's hard to pick, but I think Nakamura is going to win. That's my prediction. But I love both athletes, and I'm hoping if this lives up to half the hype that's in my head, it'll probably match of the year. It's in my head. I'm like, this is going to be amazing. Nakamura, AJ Styles, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it has the potential to be match of the year this early. It is the first time they've wrestled one-on-one, I guess. They've been they've been opposite sides of tag team matches, especially during the whole Bullet Club shit. But AJ Styles, I like the whole setup when they got in the ring, they had the confrontation and everything else. Of course, I don't understand half of what's being said because my Japanese is not that good, but I can understand what AJ Styles says. So if you're just going on pure wrestling ability, this is probably it'd probably be the best match of the night, depending on AJ's back. And God Almighty, please, if his back is screwed up, he hasn't had the strength to do it, please do not go for the Styles Clash. Just don't do it, dude. Just don't do it, because you're Nakamura would be pissed off. But one-on-one, I can't complain about this. It's hard to do a show when you can't complain about too much shit. It's all great. It's all good. I'm happy about this. So yeah,
everything's amazing.
Everything's amazing.
I wish we had the copyrights that everything is awesome. Just play in the background. Everything is awesome. By the way, 2015, I am not very funny, but a lot of podcasts have been stealing my horrible jokes. I would like 25 cents per horrible joke stolen from KocoSports. Thank you.
Wow.
I have one complaint because I'm a negative guy. I honestly think I'll be there live, and obviously there's tricks they could do in television, like zoom in on Tanahashi and not show half the stadium leaving on Wrestle Kingdom 9. Like, I watched the pay-per-view and I'm like, wow, that place looks packed, but I was there live. That place was fucking empty. They zoomed in. They pulled a WWE. They're like, zoom in. Just zoom into the girls and him. Don't show the other side of the arena. For the love of God, do not show the other side of the arena. But I want to see – I'll be there live, so I'll have more feel to it. But I wonder how much the crowd is going to die down. I wonder if this is going to be an Edge, Undertaker, WrestleMania 24 type moment where the show feels over after this. For those that were at WrestleMania 24, no one gave a fuck about that main event after Flair. I wonder if it's going to have that feel, because everyone I talk to, no one talks about the main event. No one. Everyone talks about the undercard, the guests, that God himself, Terry Funk, will be showing up. Everyone, is talking about anything but the main event. So I kind of wonder. I'm going to be there live. I'll do a live report. I wonder if they're going to die down, or do Tanahashi fans pop up out of nowhere and be like, you know what? His time is now. I can't deal with it. But I wonder. I want to see how the difference of the audience is, because Nakamura, AJ Styles, I imagine to be off the chart interacting wise, and I wonder what it's going to be, because in television live you get a totally different experience, especially when they zoom in. If you watch that pay-per-view, you thought Tanahashi was over. If you were live in that building, it was bad. It reminded me of those, you ever see those political tricks where it looks like there's a lot of people, but then you come back a couple feet and there's barely anyone there for the, political rally? It reminded me of that. That building was so fucking empty. Matter of fact, it was the most empty I remember seeing a Wrestle Kingdom. It was bad. After the match, they had 30,000 plus there during the event. But when Okada lost, it was just like, why the fuck are we here? I was just like, what? That really happened? So, Nakamura, AJ Styles.
I don't think any of us watched it either, because, again, I don't understand Japanese, so listening to Tanahashi talk for about 10 minutes is not really doing it for me anyway, so.
Yeah. Well, not that, but, I don't know, Tanahashi is like John Cena, except every now and then he, goes heel. And, there's a part of me, conspiracy theory here. This is just my conspiracy theory. I have no facts whatsoever. I think the fact that people kept cheering for Okada during his victory speech, he kind of healed it up a bit.
Yep.
Because, he was being a bit of a dick. At Wrestle Kingdom 5, everyone was for him, and he gave a speech, and we were all air guitar. Oh, Wrestle Kingdom 5 was a good moment for Tanahashi fans. Did we love him back then? And Wrestle Kingdom 9, people were chanting Okada or leaving. And he went from, hey, this great, to fuck that guy. Fuck you, you know what I mean? And I was just like, all right. Because, even, when he goes against Okada, and then he sometimes, does heel, kayfabe, shoot type promos. So I don't know. It should be interesting. Next, you got, and I don't want to overshadow Nakamura AJ Styles. It's just going to be fucking amazing. Period.
Right.
End of story. Worth the price of admission. Next, you got two great athletes, but a kind of a weird matchup. When I heard this, people got excited. I'm like, I don't know. You got Shibata, who gets promoted to the moon to be a fucking star, but never really gets that opportunity. Like every year before the G1, everyone's like, he's going to win everything, and he never does.
Yeah.
Versus Ishii. I absolutely love Ishii. I love both these athletes. I don't know if I'm excited for this matchup. It's two different styles. It should be amazing. I think this is a match that we talk about stole the show, or it's awkward. I don't think there's no in between. I don't think there's average. I think this is a 5-star, everything was fucking amazing, or, oh, we should have booked that again. I think that's where we're headed towards. As Team K, I'm going to root for Ishii. I love Ishii, but I don't know. Shibata needs to get a big win and all that, but he'll be a different type of champion for the Never Championship.
Yeah, sure. That's what I was going to say. Is that it's for my introduction to it. I know what the origins of the Never Open Championship were, but it's been a strong style. With Ishii and with Maccabi. So, and their performance last year is what really sold me on that whole title. But Shibata, I mean, the matches I've seen with him, and I just rewatched the entire G1 tournament over the last 2 days. That's what I'm doing with
awesome.
What I've been doing with my holiday, because I resubscribed to New Japan World because I didn't need to, and then my service for it no longer exists, so I had to go back onto New Japan World. So I just took advantage of it. But I mean, I can see I can see this being a good clash of styles, but I still expect it to be really hard hitting and brutal. Ishii, I like him with the championship. It's kind of like he kind of owns it, but Shibata, like you said, Shibata kind of needs something because every time you see him promoted and stuff, he'll get on there and he'll lose. And then he'll lose, and then he'll lose. So yeah, I think at this point in time, I'm going to take Shibata just for the fact that I think he needs something. If they're gonna get behind him at some point, you need to start doing something. They need to start moving up some guys. And I can even say this just for watching New Japan, just starting again about 2.5 years ago, that it feels like some of these guys, like the Tanahashis, it might be time to move some other guys up. And Shibata's one of them, definitely for me. So I'll take him I'll take him as a new champ. But we haven't gotten to the guy I really think should be moved up. But I think that's
Speaking of losing, and I never knew this until I saw Twitter and then backed it up. And I've been to a lot of Wrestle Kingdoms. Before the Wrestle Kingdoms, I've been to a lot of 1-4 shows. Naito has never won at Wrestle Kingdom, and I never fucking put that connection together.
I told you that last year. He was the anti-Undertaker for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. And I was shocked. I didn't know that until last year. Someone brought it up. I'm like, that's not true. I'm like, oh my God, it is true. He's going against Goto. No title on the line. This high up on the card. Naito, I think, was repackaged and sent down to mid cards for one reason only. When he won the G1, no one gave a shit. So I don't know. He's very popular. Both guys are very popular, and it's going to be interesting. I think this is just me backseat booking. I thought for sure Evil was going to win the tag shot titles. I thought Evil were going to go for the tag team titles. That didn't happen, and I was kind of shocked by that. Some of the booking shocked me on this. I don't know if it's a good way or a bad way. We'll find out. But Naito versus Goto, I think Goto wins. But because the reason I think Goto wins is they haven't made a big deal about him not winning at Wrestle Kingdom. So I think if he loses at Wrestle Kingdom again and he's evil, they can come back and make a big deal about that. You know what I mean? And plus, I think Naito and Evil and Bushi now joined them, and I think there's another member. I think if Bullet Club and AJ Styles doesn't resign, that's their new heel faction. Yeah. And I kind of wish that they were going for the tag titles to beat Bullet Club. I honestly do, but we'll talk about that match next. I'm saying Goto wins because the whole Naito thing, they didn't advertise enough. Like Homa not winning into G1, that story was told and felt. I don't think they have that story and feel going into this. That's why I'm going with Goto.
Right. I would say Naito. Oh wait, hold on. I can't even do this shit. I can't.
Yeah.
I think Naito. I have Naito winning just because I actually prefer him. But I don't think it's a big story for them because they don't do that. It's not like an Undertaker story for them. It is for people who just happen to know and go, oh, by the way, this guy's never won. Seems like it's time now. I'm sure he's aware of it. So I would think that maybe somebody would be nice and say, hey, you're a good worker. We're trying to build up. We're trying to build up. So let's move you up the card. But I mean, what you say, if people didn't give a shit about.
Well, that's not fair. He has a strong fan base.
That's what I thought.
Like, when he went up against Okada and they had that vote, still to this day have not met a human being that's voted for that vote. Tanahashi, where Tanahashi got the main event spot and Okada didn't. Still, I live in Tokyo, met hundreds to thousands of wrestling fans, have not met a human being that's made a vote on that poll. You think the fucking Slammies are rigged? Jesus Christ, you could at least meet a human being that voted for the fucking Slammies. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because the people that love Naito really love him. Really, like I sat there with an old lady at Wrestle Kingdom 9, and she missed the Nakamura match because she went in the restroom and cried. Like that's how much she loved Naito. She couldn't believe that he didn't beat AJ Styles. And I don't know. That's why I hope everyone in their lifetime gets to watch a Wrestle Kingdom live. It's different. Like in Japan, you're allowed to be a fan. In Japan, it's important to you. In Japan, it's a sport. You don't have people going around, you're a mark, you're a smart, I'm so smart. It's just like, no, we came here for the presentation. We don't need any of that shit. And they still want good product. And the funny thing is, they let themselves go to be fans, yet Japan fans will know so much more about products than the average typical WWE fan. So it's kind of weird. But when the shows go on, they let themselves go, and you'll see people break down and cry. I had this old lady break down and cry because AJ Styles beat Naito. So, yeah, it should be an interesting matchup. Next, I'm not a big fan of the tag tournament, as you can probably tell by 0 reviews. But you got G.B.H., Maccabee and Homa versus Bullet Club, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. I thought this could be Naito's an evil spot, but I was wrong. I don't know. Just the Bullet Club doesn't do it for me anymore. But here's the thing about Bullet Club. It's always weird what matches they win and don't win. I noticed that at Wrestle Kingdom. It's like you go in going, oh, Bullet Club's going to win this, Bullet Club's going to lose that. And New Japan's like, haha, we tricked you.
Tricked you, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be rooting for Maccabee and Homa just because I love those guys. Homa, please tell me you didn't kick your fucking girlfriend in the face. Just making clear. Can we do that? I don't want to fucking be rooting for you like you're John Jones. I want to know that you're a fucking decent human being. But yeah, you got Maccabee and Homa versus Bullet Club. I think Bullet Club, I don't know. I have a feeling Bullet Club loses most of their matches this year. I don't know. I have a feeling. So I'm going Maccabee Homa. I just have a feeling. I mean, they just won the tournament. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But
we'll give you an indication of where Bullet Club's going, whether or not they're going to be around or not, depending on the win-loss record here.
Yeah, and plus the AJ Styles contract will probably have a lot to do with it. And maybe he resigned and we don't know it. I don't know.
I didn't say he wasn't interested in going anywhere, but, they all say that, so.
Yeah. I'm going Maccabee Homa just because they are two hometown heroes and people love them. Who do you got? You got Bullet Club?
Well, for my count, because there's got to be a title change. So my count right now, I don't have any title changes. So this will be the one. of the
Well, you
big
said
ones.
Shibata was going to win. But never.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. At this point, I think tag titles. I think we're going to see a title change. I think I'm looking forward to this match because just the people involved with it, it's just going to be so fucking brutal. And I'm just looking for people getting the shit knocked out of each other in this match, and that's what I want to kind of really want to see because you got Maccabee and Homa who are known for doing that shit, and as much as people kind of rag on Doc. Well, I guess I don't know if it's like this where you are, but some people kind of rag on Doc Gallows over here from the people I talk to. They're not. I don't know.
I think he's like what we call in Marine Corps boot camp. You wanted to be by someone who is way worse than you, and we called him a smoke screen. So like, I think Doc Gallows is smoke screen by Bad Luck Fale. Like I think it's like we probably would hate Doc Gallows, but we hate Bad Luck Fale so much more we don't notice Doc Gallows. It's the old Marine Corps boot camp smoke screen. Like, yeah, Doc Gallows is a piece of shit, but the guy to the right of him is way worse. But I don't know. Fale's been having good matches, so Doc Gallows might be the piece of shit. Fale had a good match against Okada and an amazing match versus Tanahashi. We might be giving the piece of shit award to Doc Gallows. He might be Fale's smokescreen, where Fale's like, at least I'm not Doc Gallows. Like, good point, sir.
Yes, but he is. But Carl Anderson is Carl Anderson, so I'm looking forward. Those are the interactions that I'm looking forward to. I'm not that hard on Doc Gallows. I mean, he's a decent wrestler, but
I think Anderson, he just gets the job done. He's completely
serviceable. He's a serviceable work. He does what he needs to do. But Anderson, Maccabee, and Homa pounding the shit out of each other in this match should be pretty interesting. So I'm looking forward to this one because that's what I like to see. That's the kind of I think of all the matches. Well, depends on how hurt AJ is. I think this is probably going to be you're looking at the card. Yeah, probably the stiffest match I can think of on the card, which is what I like watching. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Yeah, I don't see anything else on here that's probably going to be any different.
I don't know. Maybe Ishii Shibata. I think that might surprise you.
Yeah.
And you have Bullet Club. You got the 6-man tag, but I don't know because it has Yano. I mean, I think.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to ask you about. That's the one that when I said earlier, like everything's awesome. Then there's the 6-man that we're going to have to get to.
All right.
So go ahead.
All right. Did you make a final prediction? I don't know.
Title change. I got
Maccabee and Homa.
Maccabee and Homa.
All right. Next, you got a guy that there's two of them. There's Kenny Omega before he became Scott Hall, who is the most amazing fucking wrestler ever. And then there's a guy who's basically fucking plays Scott Hall at fucking children's parties. I love you, Kenny Omega. Did you break my heart joining Bullet Club? Without a doubt. Did you break my heart fucking having some of the worst matches I've ever seen in New Japan history? Yes, you have. But you're a good wrestler, Kenny. You are an amazing wrestler. You've had a couple good matches this year. Be the Kenny Omega we love. All right? Stop. Just... I'm going to get emotional here. Kenny Omega, please just be good. It's Wrestle Kingdom. Don't say I'm a heel. Don't say I'm a comedic wrestler. Just be the Kenny Omega we love. You are the biggest letdown ever. You're like marrying a beautiful woman and she becomes fat over the honeymoon. Kenny Omega, we love you. Just be the old Kenny Omega that we love. Please. Please show up. This has a 50-50 chance of being the greatest goddamn match ever, or Kenny Omega is an asshole. Just please. Kushida's going to bring it no matter what. We know that. It's you, Kenny. It's you. I remember watching you in the pre-show for Wrestle Kingdom and going, that kid's going to be a star one day. I remember watching you in DDT in front of like 6 fucking people. I was the fat white guy cheering for you. Fuck you, Kenny Omega. You fucking show up today, or I swear to fucking Christ, no more. No more. Because lately I've been like, oh, Kenny Omega, the former wrestler known as Kenny Omega. Oh, don't worry. He'll have a good match soon. Oh, he had a good match here, but Kenny Omega, this is it. I loved you your whole fucking life. If you do not show up and fucking try, if there's any flags in the ass, if there's any fucking thing like that, we're through. We're through. I will officially fucking hate you. I know it don't mean much, but it means so much to my fucking little Kenny Omega heart. Just, you can be a heel. You can pretend to be Scott Hall. Whatever. Just when the bell rings, say to yourself, I'm fucking Kenny Omega, and have a great match. For the love of God, have a great match. With that said, Kushida's going to win. I just want to see a good match, Kenny Omega. If you shit the bed at Wrestle Kingdom, I'm officially putting you off the fucking Team Coco, this guy's a good wrestler list. You are officially, you are, you know what, Kenny Omega, you lose this. I don't even give a fuck about win or lose. If you don't have a good match at Wrestle Kingdom, I will hire you for my kid's birthday to play Scott Hall, because that's all you'd be good for. You need to have a good fucking match. You're goddamn Kenny Omega. Like, do you know how good Kenny Omega used to be? Like, oh my God, if you're just a new Kenny Omega fan, you don't know. He used to be like one of the greatest goddamn wrestlers ever. Did he do comedy? Yeah, but he was funny and a great wrestler. Not, I'm a heel, get it? No. Dear Terry Funk, I know you're going to be there. Dear Terry Funk, please walk by Kenny Omega and just touch him in his fucking face and be like, be good. That's it. Oh, Terry Funk, please save Kenny Omega. Please, just tell him to be a good wrestler again. I can't fucking handle it. My prediction is Kushida. He's fucking amazing. And I think even if Kenny Omega has a great match, he should be punished. Some of these matches this year were god-awful embarrassing. Just god-awful embarrassing. And then you have the new one fucking... I was about to say white. I didn't mean to get all racist. But we got the new fucking North American fans going, he's a heel! Fuck you! He's goddamn Kenny Omega! He's a great wrestler! Just show up, Kenny. Just show up. My prediction is Kushida. Just fucking show up. For the love of fucking Christ, show up. Rassslin Rantin, who do you got? The wrestler formerly known as Kenny Omega or Kushida?
I actually do think at some point in time that Dave's going to have a heart attack on air. That's what everybody's watching.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what I have a heart attack. When Kenny Omega has a fucking shit, I'm a heel, cool guy, fucking horrible match, and Tanahashi beats Okada. I'm just gonna have a fucking heart attack. I'm gonna die, folks. I can't handle it.
Yeah, you'll see reports on Monday. We'll be picking Dave up off the ground outside of Tokyo Dome. Yeah, I'm going with Kushida. I actually like Kenny Omega character, but
you're part of the problem.
No, well, I'm adding a caveat to that. Up until about 6 months ago. And you mentioned it, the flag incident. That's when things started going downhill as far as my, you're sold on the whole thing that he's this kind of hodgepodge of all these other different crazy wrestlers before, but he really isn't. He's just kind of annoying at this point. So I think that the shtick is kind of worn off for me. And again, this is only 2.5 years of being back from New Japan. So, that being said, as far as the match is concerned, and not separating this from the character, I think, again, I'm going back to my new stars thing, or pushing new people. Kushida, I think, is juniors champion. I think that just it opens it up to new things. I think the more we get away from the Bullet Club stuff, because it's been going on 3 years now, it is time to transition away from that and start some new things. So I'm gonna go with Kushida.
All right, Kushida, there you go. Next, I have no idea who I'm picking for this because I love both of these men more than a straight man should. Like, Nakamura, AJ Styles is hard for me to pick, and so is this one because I love the fucking matchup, and it's for the Ring of Honor Championship. You got Michael, fuck you, I'm fucking winning the goddamn title in Japan, Elgin, versus Jay. I could talk you into any building and have a great match, Lethal. Maybe those nicknames are a little too long. I shouldn't be in charge of people's nicknames. But no. Jay Lethal is amazing. Michael Elgin is amazing. What a story it would be. Michael Elgin wins the ROH title in the Tokyo Dome. I love Jay Lethal so fucking much. Oh my god. The Nakamura AJ Styles match and the Lethal Elgin match, I'm probably just going to be sitting on my hands, fucking super excited. Fucking, oh man. I'm gonna go with an upset. I'm gonna go with an upset because it will get Ring of Honor fans talking. It will get New Japan fans talking, and I could see Jay Lethal winning the title back in America. I think Michael Elgin pulls it off. Now, granted, I know this is the underdog. I know the odds are not in my favor, but sometimes you have to go against the upset. But I love Jay Lethal so much. But my pick is upset Michael Elgin. Oh, I love you so much, Jay Lethal. I'm sorry. Like, I feel bad. Like, dear Jay Lethal, I'm sorry I picked Elgin. You're so fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think booking-wise, you just kind of gave why I'm going opposite of it, because Jay Lethal's got so much momentum right now. I think on a big show like that, which is it's Ring of Honor, so it is one of the biggest shows that they're going to be performing at. I think you want to put over Jay Lethal for an audience that may not know too much about him. I just can't see it with that much momentum. Everybody's all big on Elgin. You're big on Elgin.
Dude, I fell in love with them. My whole thing is, I've talked about this a lot. When they announced Elgin was going to be in the G1, I fucking lost my shit. He was so amazing. He won me over.
Okay, I'll take that. I've never been a huge fan, but maybe that's my bias is that I'm a huge Jay Lethal fan. So
Jay Lethal is so awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
it's a tough one.
Maybe it's my fanboy or being a sweaty, as they call it sometimes. Maybe that's coming out, and I'm just going to pull for Jay Lethal. But if I have to base it off of momentum, I think Jay Lethal still has just so much momentum as being the best of ROH. So I'm going to take Lethal on that one.
Yeah. I think the Nakamura AJ Styles matchup and this matchup is one of those where, like, I have no idea who's going to win in a good way, and either way, guy who wins. I like matchups like that. I know, like, some people like the love-hate of, certain things, but I love a matchup where you want both guys to win, and I love a matchup where, like, I don't know, I just love that. Next, you have for a brand new title, and the thing is, for a lot of newer fans, there's a lot of title matches, but New Japan, the titles mean something. And I think this is going to be their biggest challenge yet. Because there's a never six-man tag team championship. The never title is more stiff style. Six-man tag champs throughout wrestling history haven't done good. But New Japan really makes things feel important. But with that said, the good side, there's a lot of six-man tag matches in New Japan, especially the first half of the shows throughout the year, that mean absolutely nothing. So those six-man tag matches start to mean something because they book a lot of them. I think CMLL and the AAA say, hey, I think you got too many six-man tag matches on your card. That's it. If you got that joke, sir, give yourself a Barry Horowitz. But, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm a huge fan of the Briscoes. Briscoes not as popular as I love them. You got Yano, who is Team Chaos. I'm Team Chaos for life, but Yano won my Tanahashi award this year. So what I love and hate at the same time. I literally love and hate Yano at the same level at all times. I'm like, fucking Yano, I love you. I fucking hate you. I love you. I fucking hate you. That's me watching a Yano match. I love him and hate him so much. And they're going against Bad Luck Fale, who had 2 great matches this year. And I'm not saying that with sarcasm. That's a huge improvement. You got Tonga, for some reason, just needs to be pushed to the fucking moon. He's always in these 6-man tags, and he's always fucking stealing the show. First, the Token, Takahashi. They'll be going against the Briscoes and Yano. I don't know. I could see Bullet Club winning this because they have so many members and it means so much. Plus, I forget. think it might be Ricardo. I could be wrong. Someone on Facebook brought this up. They don't want to see the Briscoes win a title and to do what the Young Bucks do, where they barely are ever there unless they have a title shot. And I don't see the Briscoes staying around too much longer in Japan. Obviously, they'll wrestle, but in Japan. So I'm thinking the Bullet Club wins this, but who knows? You might have a Briscoes Yano feel-good moment. Yano, I love you and hate you so goddamn. Do you have a wrestler that you love and hate at the same level at all times?
God, it's been a while. Oh yeah, I sponsor him every week on your show. Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt? Yeah, you love and hate him at the same time. You're like, I fucking love him, I fucking hate him. It goes back, yeah. All right, so Bray Wyatt is your Yano.
Yep.
Who do you got? You got Bullet Club winning this, or do you got the Briscoes and Yano?
Well, I got the Bullet Club just for the very fact that you mentioned that the Briscoes aren't going to be, they're not transitioning and spending 6 months over in Japan, so no. I love the fact that they're going to be in this, though. I actually popped pretty big when I heard that the Briscoes are going to be in this match against the Bullet Club, because I just think I think they had a good dynamic with Yano pairing him up, because Yano, I'm sure your audience knows, he is an actual comedy spot that does work sometimes. To me, he's a little obnoxious. His matches go a little bit long, but it works for me. I think it'll be a fun match. I am not a big fan of six-man tag team championships at all. And this seems a strong style. Briscoes, yeah, but I can't see this being a strong style kind of a six-man tag, especially with Yano in there. A six-man tag. There's going to be the comedy spots in there. And I don't see the championship being. This doesn't work for me. Not only just the six-man tag team aspect of it, because we've had those before. If you go back to Crockett and other territories, it works. It works only like with World Class when they had the Freebirds and the Von Erichs, because that was a hot feud. So the championship mattered. I don't know when you say like, well, they open the shows up with a lot of these six-man tag team matches. I don't know if the championship is going to make it any better, because it's just like, okay, it's still an opening match.
They've worked in Mexico. They've worked in Dragon Gate. And the one thing that, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't know if it's going to work. Like, if I had a bet, I don't think it's going to work, but I'm just playing devil's advocate here. They do have a lot of factions. They do have a lot of teams, and it's worked in Dragon Gate, so maybe it will work here. Usually I'm always behind a New Japan title because their titles mean something, but this never six-man tag is a bit scary. I don't know if they went too far. But in pro wrestling, outside of Mexico, outside of Dragon Gate, six-man tags have a horrible track record of surviving.
Yeah. I'm just curious why it's I guess we'll see when we see the show, why it's a never, just instead of just being a six-man tag team championship, why it's a never six-man tag team championship. So we'll see why it's a never open six-man tag title.
My guess is, this is just my guess, they had success with the never title. So like, well, we had success with it. Why not have a never six-man? That's my guess, but I could be wrong.
Just put the name on it, I guess, then for the brand name.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. This is the match that, and I think I even said it on the primer I did. I'm like, I don't know. The Briscoes are saving it for me, but still, I don't know about this match. But yeah, I'll give it to Bullet Club to be the inaugural never open six-man tag team champions.
And then they have what will be starting the pay-per-view, not the first match of the night, but will be starting the pay-per-view. I love this style of wrestling. Some people not. You got Red Dragon, who's the champions. This is for the junior tag. You got Matt Sydal and Ricochet, a.k.a. Prince Puma, a.k.a. the greatest human being to walk planet Earth. You got Roppongi Vice, the greatest tag team name in the world that a few select people get. It's so funny because, like, I've said this story before, but I'll say it real quick. When I heard Roppongi Vice, I was like, that's the greatest fucking name I've ever heard in my life. Because, A, I know what Roppongi is, I know what Miami Vice is, but, like, people in Japan were like, what's Miami Vice? And then people in America is like, what's Roppongi? And I'm like, oh, it's fucking hilarious, Roppongi Vice. It literally, the tag team was marketed to me and 6 other people. But it's such a great idea that no one understands. Roppongi, it's a lot cleaner now, but Roppongi is like the Las Vegas party capital of Japan. It's really nice, but I don't know, it's not as dirty and sleazy as it used to be because they made Roppongi Hills, and that's really nice. And Shinjuku has been like becoming more of a party spot. But at the time, Roppongi, like we had the 3Fs. The 3Fs. You went to Roppongi. I was a young man. I was a teenager. This is before I was married. But I was a young man. You went to fight, fuck, and food. That's it. No particular order. You went for Roppongi for the 3Fs. And it was so funny, too, because like when you were a young man and you had to travel and you were like, Roppongi, Roppongi, you just knew it was a How I Met Your Mother night. Like one day you're going to sit down with your kids and be like, let me tell you this one time I went to Roppongi. Oh, yeah. Roppongi is the type of city where you're like, there's new rules because of me. So there you go. Then you got the Young Bucks, who are the greatest human beings alive. This is tough. I know this will probably be a great cruiserweight match. Great match to start off the show. I'm going Young Bucks just because. Why the fuck not? I'm going Young Bucks. Any of these guys can win. I think the long shot is Matt Sydal and Ricochet because Ricochet is Prince Puma, and Matt Sydal is Matt Sydal. So I think they're the long shot, but they'll still have some great spots. Ricochet, I love you, man. I wish Ricochet was in Dragon Gate. I hope he shows some Dragon Gate love out there. So yeah, maybe Red Dragon keeps it. I don't know. I always bet against Red Dragon, and Red Dragon always fucking wins. Like, Red Dragon is that team. I'm like, Red Dragon's going to lose. They're like, no, you lost again, Dave. I'm going Young Bucks just because they're the fucking Young Bucks. Who the fuck bets against the Young Bucks? Not me. Who do you got winning this?
I'm going Young Bucks, too, just because this is, who was it last year? It was Red Dragon, Young Bucks, Time Splitters, and I forgot who else was in this match last year.
There's always like 4 great tag teams that started off like a cruiserweight action.
But I think, I'm saying that last year Red Dragon and the Bucks were in it, so I think Red Dragon won last year. So why not give it to the Bucks this year? But then again, they could just do it like Tanahashi and just keep giving it to Red Dragon every year.
But the thing is, I think Bullet Club's going to be losing a lot of matches, so I think it would be nice to start off the night with the Young Bucks giving something to the Bullet Club.
Yeah, I guess. All right, so if we look overall at the card, then Young Bucks would win Bullet Club. Bullet Club wins the 6-man tag titles and then pretty much loses everything else for the rest of the card. Loses the Junior Championship, loses the tag titles, and AJ doesn't win the IC belt. So, yeah, I guess that would make sense. I can see that. I can see that being how the card lays out for them.
Yeah. And for the record, I just want you to know, when it comes to Bullet Club at Wrestle Kingdom, it's hard as hell. Like, the ones you think they're going to lose, they usually win, and vice versa. Bullet Club is booked really weird on Wrestle Kingdoms. You're like, there's no way their Bullet Club's going to win this, and they do. And then they're like, oh, Bullet Club's definitely winning this, and they don't. It's Bullet Club. Bullet Club has a weird track record at Wrestle Kingdoms. Then the pre-show match, and you made it through the whole show, Rassslin Rantin.
Yeah, I got 5 minutes. So
you got 5 minutes. The pre-show match is kind of like a Legends Royal Rumble, Legends battle. It's cool because if you're hanging out with a bunch of Japanese pro wrestling fans, they can tell you how important these guys were back in the day. And there's guys that were wrestling that's even before my time. But you got Tenzin, Liger, Jado, I'm sorry, I slowed that. Taguchi, Kojima, Tiger Mask. I'm sure. I already said Liger. Yeah. I heard Tiger Mask. Like, Liger's got to be there. And then you got Nagata. Nagata, I feel kind of bad for because he went on this huge press tour, how he's going to be the oldest IWGP champion ever. And he won last year's New Japan Rumble, and he's like, if I don't, he's thinking about retiring because he's like a legit celebrity. Like, he doesn't have to do this shit anymore. And, like, I just feel bad. Like, when I saw him in the pre-show match, I was like, oh, fuck. I just remember that push on Japanese media, how he was going to be the oldest IWGP champ ever. And I'm like, oh, man, I know what it's like to start the new year remembering how bad you failed in 2015. I think Nagata wins this, but I could be wrong. And there's also internet reports that Cheeseburger from Ring of Honor will be part of this.
Oh, my God, no, please.
Here's my question: Cheeseburger wins. How bad do you just shit your pants in pure shock? I love Cheeseburger, but
I don't think you can even see cheese. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna leave Cheeseburger alone this week. Although I will say that what they did in that what was it, the 10-man tag they had a couple weeks ago on Ring of Honor, the holiday tag. I think that was pretty cool. They all kind of gave him his props on that one.
I don't know. It's weird. Cheeseburger. I hate everything about Cheeseburger. Like if you describe Cheeseburger, I'm like I hate that guy. But as soon as I see him, I'm like, go get him, Cheeseburger.
God. No Cheeseburger. But yeah, this is well, it doesn't really matter who wins. It doesn't matter who wins this match, but it's a good history lesson for people like me. So for me, my New Japan experience started in '91 and went to about '99, and then I didn't pick up on again until about 2.5 years later. So these are all the guys I knew back from when I was watching New Japan the first time. So I'm like, oh yeah, I know, oh yeah. So it's a good nostalgia bomb for me too. So lots of great names. But again, I don't care who wins this match. It could be anybody. It's fun. It's fun opener.
Definitely a pre-show feel. Like you can go and all that. But the funny thing is, a legend had the same music as Daniel Bryan, and like you could see all the younger fans go, Daniel Bryan's here. Like, I think it was last year or the year before. One of the legends came out to Daniel Bryan's music, and I guess he had the music for Daniel Bryan. I could be wrong. And like the old people knew who it was, but the young fans were like, "Are you fucking for real? Daniel Bryan's a pre-show at Wrestle Kingdom?" So that was a funny moment. But yeah. All right, so overall, definitely worth your money. Definitely check it out. There's English commentary on it. If you've never seen it before, it's just, I guess described as a really, really good in-ring product that you should be able to. We get some new fans to watch Wrestle Kingdom this year. Rassslin Rantin made a great video. Rassslin Rantin, I see you keep looking over to your friggin' escort. I was going to say escort, but I meant like travel partner.
Yeah.
Your foot in mouth. First time. But anyway, your beautiful princess, right? Princess is.
We're going to go meet the princess. The boys are going out to.
Phew. That's good.
We're going out to find some a female entertainment.
Gotcha. Well, you can tell them that you previewed Wrestle Kingdom. I heard women love that. You're like, hey, baby, sorry I'm late to the party. I previewed Wrestle Kingdom. Anyway, yeah, you did a video. Plug your channel, plug your stuff, and escape.
Yes, maybe there'll be some Japanese girls there tonight. I could go. You know Wrestle Kingdom. I know Wrestle Kingdom. Oh, come on.
All I know is if you pick up a Japanese girl talking Wrestle Kingdom, sir, you win the night. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. That's your challenge. You know, like Xbox has challenges, sir. You have been challenged. You have to pick up a Japanese girl and talk Wrestle Kingdom with them.
That would actually be pretty awesome too. I might actually marry someone. I might actually get married if that happens. But no, yeah, Rassslin Rantin on the YouTubes. You can find us on our website, webchannel24.com/Rassslin with 3 S's. We did the Wrestle Kingdom primer this week. So if you are new and obviously if you watch this show, you got a primer tonight. But if you need just a condensed kind of version of just general stuff to know, or you want to show it to somebody, which a couple people have said they actually showed it to people and it helped, I guess, with their conversations about why to watch Wrestle Kingdom, then show it to somebody. If they don't know anything, they want something very simple. I tried not to be condescending in it and just said, hey, you know what, in this 2016, try a different approach of saying, hey, WWE fans, if you're going to come at me with, I'm not watching that indie stuff, I can kind of explain to you that New Japan's not an indie federation. It still drives me crazy. But yeah, it's a good primer to get familiar with New Japan, send it to people that you need to know about it. The WrestleMania 2 retrospective is almost finished, thank God, because I finished editing it yesterday. So that'll be out. It's a completely new format, so you guys will probably really like it. So definitely check that out. It's coming out probably Tuesday after Wrestle Kingdom's done. So That's pretty much it. Subscribe to my channel, like, share, all that other good stuff on those videos. And I am going to now go get a stack of ones and have a good evening. So, Dave, enjoy your tickets to Wrestle Kingdom.
Nothing but the classiest of women.
Exactly. Nothing but the classiest. All ones, baby. All ones. Make it rain, buddy. Make it rain.
All right, no problem. Thank you, sir. Have a good night. Thank you for making time.
Take it easy, dude.
All right, have a good one. All right, we'll go to some live comments, and then we'll wrap this bad boy up. Let's see. At the 1776er, a.k.a. John Ball, who also liked us on Facebook, much love. Nagata is still very quick, and his moves look like they kill people. For his age, he's truly awesome. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I don't know. It's tough because he's like a legit celebrity. And I don't know, like, I think he loves pro wrestling, but wants to be more at the main event scene. At Joe O'Hare Comedy, liked and retweeted this, so much love. And he said, have fun at Wrestle Kingdom. At Everett Moya1 says, watch this YouTube video, please, and tweeted us, so much love. Appreciate it. Rassslin Rantin retweeted us. James Ramsey gave us a top 10 of his favorite matches. Let's see. John Cena versus Lesnar versus Rollins, Jay Briscoe versus Jay Lethal, Phoenix versus Mil Muertes, Shibata versus Sakuraba, Dominion, the Hardys versus Low Key and Kenny King, Ultimate X, Bailey versus Sasha Banks, Kushida versus Kyle O'Reilly, Tanahashi versus Okada, Nakamura versus Ishii, and Jay Lethal versus Roderick Strong, 60 minutes. Not a bad list. Not a bad list. All right. At C_Dana0326, were you able to rank all the Wrestle Kingdoms? I started watching late. No, I haven't, but let me see if I can find them. I don't know where I ranked the Wrestle Kingdoms. That's a good question. Wrestle Kingdoms. Wrestle Kingdom. January 4th, Tokyo Dome Show. Sure. Go into Wikipedia here. We'll try our best. Let's start with Wrestle Kingdom 1. Even though I've been to a couple of the Wrestling Worlds. So yeah, they were good times. I think, yeah, Wrestle World. I never got to Fantastic Story or Super Warriors. I've never seen that live, but I've seen a couple of Wrestling Worlds, and that's what they were called before that. Before it was called Wrestle Kingdom. All right, let's skip to Wrestle Kingdom 1. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just having. Oh my God, G.B.H. was in Wrestle Kingdom 1. Good for them. Defeated D'Lo Brown, Buchanan, and Tomko. Giant Bernard. Oh, these were good times. Tanahashi. Muda, Chono. Yeah, so Wrestle Kingdom 1 was pretty sweet. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do this on a separate video because I have a horrible memory. I remember I enjoyed 5 a lot. I enjoyed 5 a lot. I enjoyed 7 a lot. 9 wasn't too bad, but it still kind of broke my heart on that one. Let's see. I know, yeah. There was a couple where, like, yeah, Tanahashi, Muda. I'm a huge Muda fan, so that was pretty cool. That was Wrestle Kingdom 3, so that was a great main event. I'm just looking at the main events. So yeah, Wrestle Kingdom 2. Yeah, Nakamura defeat Tanahashi, but it was a way different Nakamura back then. Oh, and Kurt Angle defeated Nagata. I saw that. That was pretty amazing. Yeah, Giant Bernard and Tomko versus the Steiner brothers. Man, that was a pretty fucking good one. AJ Styles was the opening match. And Prince Devitt. Fuck, man. Wrestle Kingdom 2 was pretty fucking awesome, actually. Yeah, fuck. Wrestle Kingdom 2 was pretty badass. I don't know. I'm going to have to check it out. Okay. So, yeah. Kayfabe Connection was supposed to join us, but I guess he's too busy celebrating his Michigan beat my Florida Gators. What a jerk. No, I'm just kidding. No, I have to actually rank him. I have to put some thought into it. Wrestle Kingdom 2. Man, those are some good memories. All right. And I think that's it as far as live comments goes. Forsaken says, can't wait for Wrestle Kingdom 10. Gonna stay up late, very late to see it live. Yeah, hopefully a lot of people stay up late. And it'll be pretty awesome. I'm going to be at the Tokyo Dome 2 days in a row. I'm going to go see what was I going to say? I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart. I'm gonna see the Rice Bowl tomorrow. That's the championship football game. My friend Scott Duffy's in it. Go Impulse, baby. He won the X Bowl in the Tokyo Dome earlier this month, and tomorrow he plays against the college champion, so it should be a lot of fun. Rice Bowl. And then the next day after that, go return to Tokyo Dome. Thank God I live so close. I thought I would get in a hotel, but I live so close it would be ridiculous. I'm going back to Tokyo Dome with a guy that never watched live pro wrestling before. He is my co-writer. So, yeah, we're writing a book. I think a third book out, a fourth book. I don't know. Our publisher decides when the books come out. Our first one is Operation Freak Show. It comes out February 25th, 2016. It'll be about a bunch of vigilantes who put on luchador masks and kill pedophiles. And we get a lot of good reviews and blurbs and all that, so it should be fun. But I think our third book, I could be wrong, it's going to be a superhero / wrestling combo thing. I don't want to give too much away because I hope to sell it to a publisher. But he's going just to feel the atmosphere so that, so hopefully it's a really good show and he can help write the book. Book boom. At CDana0326, should New Japan use the six-man title to vote their young guys? How would you prefer they use those titles? I mean, you could use the young guys a little bit. I would just have it where it's a mix, like maybe a young guy that. I would have it where it's the teams. They have Chaos, they have Evil, they have Bullet Club, they have all these teams. Tanahashi and friends. And maybe have it that way, because Dragon Gate they have master teams. Like you go and there's like, oh no, I love this team, I love that team, and you can get really behind it. So maybe I'm thinking they're trying to. First off, I think they're trying to make it where the six-man tag means something, and second off, I think they're trying to make it where like that they could steal a little bit of little ideas off Dragon Gate. I don't know. I'd have a mixed bag. I would have a young guy be a part of it. Obviously you can't have a lot of main eventers there, but you could have, a team and have a young guy. Because I'm trying to look. Let me go see if I can find Bullet Club. Boom, boom, boom. Who's the Bullet Club? I think they have a mix at the Bullet Club. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, let's see. They have Bad Luck Fale, Tonga, and Takahashi. So, yeah, they kind of got a mix of stuff there. So, yeah, they'll probably get young guys. I don't think, I don't see 3 young Lions winning it. I just don't see that happening. I could be wrong. Maybe they have a Fave 5, but a Fave 3. A Michigan reference after Michigan beat the shit out of the Gators. Oh, it makes me sad. But yeah, I don't see that happening. But maybe you can have three young Lions. But I think it'll be more of Chaos Bullet Club type situations. And I don't know. I'm really nervous about this title, but New Japan makes titles mean something. So hopefully they can do it. Plus, I've been I don't know. I've been of this opinion. Not everyone shares this opinion, but it feels like sometimes New Japan shows don't actually start till after intermission because they have so many 6-man tags. And the 6-man tag of the never open weight 6-man tag team championship means something and there's value. Then, yeah, those first couple matches of most major New Japan shows would mean something. So it would be exciting because I'm under the impression if it's not Dragon Gate and maybe a lucha match, like Lucha Underground, AAA, CMLL. If it's not lucha or Dragon Gate, 6-man tag match is kind of worthless on every level. Like I just zone out. What does it matter? It's kind of like tag team matches where they're not real tag teams. That's why the New Japan tag team tournament, I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of the New Japan tag team tournament because it just seems like none of them are real tag teams. They're just thrown together for the sake of being thrown together. So that's just me. But yeah, maybe I'll do a show where I rank them. I'm sorry. I just want to be more prepared. I don't want to actually read it. You actually can hear me thinking out loud. So there you go. Boop, boop, boop. I don't know what that means, but all right. Someone's sending me something that probably has nothing to do. Oh, okay. Good. That has something to do with the book I was just talking about, the Pro Wrestling book. We had to fact check something, and that has nothing to do with this show, but just in case, they have AA in Tokyo. in Japan, we didn't know if there was AAs because I don't drink, and my friend, isn't an alcoholic. And in the book, we have an AA reference, and we're like, "Is there AA in Japan?" And he fact checked. So if you move to Japan and you're an alcoholic, they have AA meetings. That has nothing to do with Wrestle Kingdom. Well, who knows? Maybe it does. Let's tie it in. If Okada loses, maybe I have to check into AA because I'll drink 50 my life away. I'll be so sad. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I was about to say hopefully you guys enjoy AA, but that's not where I was going. I hope you guys enjoy Wrestle Kingdom. Hopefully you guys check it out, and hopefully this year, because WWE reviewing Raw all the time. We know it gets the most views for us. It can be a grind sometimes. So hopefully you guys check out other alternatives and we can do other stuff. I plan on kind of changing the format of the channel slowly but surely, just so that it's more fun. Sometimes just reviewing only Raw, yeah, it might help your channel grow, but it can be a grind. And, it's a hobby. Is this even worth it? So hopefully we change up and you guys will enjoy it. And hopefully more people check out, other alternatives. All right. Please leave your picks down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out Rassslin Rantin. He did a beginner's guide to New Japan. I enjoyed it a lot. He puts a lot of effort into his videos. Please do check it out. Also check out Kayfabe Connection, who's Michigan Wolverines beat their shit on my Gators today. Check out ProWrestling.me. That's one of our main goals in 2016 is to build a great community there and help other podcasters. Because I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this. So I'm hoping in 2016, maybe 2017, I hand Reigns over and help, not Roman Reigns, but I hand over the channel to someone, or maybe I just help as many young podcasters as could be. Because when we came up there, no one helped us. And I kind of I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing this. Let me help out as many people as I can. The thing John Cena is not doing. And yeah, ProWrestling.me, we want it to be a place where people could build audiences, talk pro wrestling, and have fun, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Check out KocoSports.net. It's Hall of Fame month. Nakamura made the Hall of Fame. Bam Bam Bigelow made the Hall of Fame. So you can check it out. Nick Bockwinkel, HBK. These are some of the wrestlers. It's a combat sports Hall of Fame, so you'll see sumo, boxing, MMA, and all that stuff too thrown in. And hopefully next year we'll start a ProWrestling.me fan Hall of Fame and all that. We have a lot of ideas for ProWrestling.me. So hopefully in 2016 we're awesome. Check out Coco Plays and like, comment, subscribe. And if I missed anything, Geek Essential, Sword Dog. Check out all our friends. All right? Like, comment, subscribe. With that, go to Wrestle Kingdom, and I am over.